survey will hit mailboxes this week in the De Pere School District. The Unified School District of De Pere is looking to see how much of the district would support two proposed multi-million-dollar referendums. Surveys will hit mailboxes this week, looking for feedback to help the district make a decision. Kristen Allen joining us in our newsroom this morning. Kristen, what's on that survey?
Well, the survey that is going out to district families is going to be analyzed by a private surveying firm called School Perceptions. They'll analyze that data. There are four main questions on it to determine if there is enough support to put these referendums potentially on the April ballot. The first question is, would you support an operational referendum that provides $4.75 million each year for 5 years? Would you support the district pursuing a capital or facilities referendum to address maintenance of buildings and technology? Do you support the new location for a high school, which is on the land between the current high school and Dickinson Elementary School? And finally, would you support a $206.6 million referendum to fund the recommended facility plan, which includes updating plumbing, the HVAC system, replacing windows, and replacing sections of the roof at Foxview and Dickinson Elementary Schools, just to name a few? Approval of that referendum would result in an annual tax increase of $284 for every $100,000 of property value.
Our job with this is to educate the community on the why and then get feedback on the how. And so ultimately what we're looking at is getting their feedback on the what, okay? We will make any adjustments that we feel that we need to make based off of that feedback. If the support is there for both of them, then we would be moving ahead most likely with a April election.
And the district is looking at getting a sizable majority supporting these referendums in the upper 50s to 60s percentage-wise to go on the April ballot. The survey is open through November 15th. The information will be presented to the school board in December. Then the school board is expected to vote in January. Back to you.